Hello. Welcome back to the Consortium Interregnum. That was the longest countdown you've ever gave, Connor, for
Yep.
the recording to start.
Oh my goodness. Sneezed.
I usually do a classic 3-2-1, but I wanted to change it up this time around.
Keep us on our toes.
Yeah, on your toes.
Well, do you guys remember what's going on?
Uh,
Maybe. I think there's a race
Uh,
happening.
the race is about to happen. George lost a bunch of money getting a bunch of info. And now we have to race against the clock to prevent traps.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I believe some of you put some money on the race as well.
Indeed.
Let me see here. Let's scroll back up and anybody want to update if they're putting any other money on there now that you've had a week to stew?
Non-content.
I'm fucking broke. What money?
yeah, we wanted to eat our pie. Get grab. How do I put it? What's that old phrase of?
Have our cake and eat it too.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it.
Why did your mind go to pie?
I like pie, Jimbo.
We wanted to have our pie and watch them cry.
Have our
Uh,
pie and eat it too, you know?
Have our pie and watch me die.
Oh, these aren't pies. These are made in a factory. A bomb factory. They're bomb.
Damn. Hitting me with the spang bob. And
Yeah.
Patrice.
Well, anyway.
Spangle Bob and Patrice.
Yep.
Let me start off by kind of explaining mechanically how it's going to go. So Connor, you're going to be making animal handling checks.
Yeah.
In the same way as the dinosaur races, you have your normal speed,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can push to go faster. If you push, you get to roll with advantage. But if you fail, the penalties are pretty significantly worse.
Yeah.
And so that's just something to remember. But you would be rolling with advantage. So, and then what we're gonna have, the rest of you do is that you're all gonna go out into the water and try and be one step ahead of the races or the racers.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, you could like getting a personal water vehicle to drive around is something that you can do. The good news is, based off of all your information, you don't actually have to drive directly onto the course. So as long as you don't drive directly onto the course, no one will probably try and stop you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you start driving onto the course, that would look a little bit weird.
Alright, okay.
And let me put out the art for your boy here, because we've got art of your. You see him?
Oh,
Stunning
hell
Samantha
yeah.
Chambers.
It's Samantha Chambers.
The
Isn't she lovely?
Mhm.
Isn't she
Isn't she
wonderful?
Wonderful.
So, I have a question for
Mhm.
where on this creature are you sitting?
I ask him, if I were to ride on your back, what is the best spot?
You should have figured that for training.
I mean, we would have talked about that during training.
Yeah. Um,
I'm assuming
I mean,
on top of his little reindeer head, so I can control him by the antlers.
so you like hold on to the antlers, use them kind of as reins.
Yeah. Hand antler bars.
Hantler bars.
Yep.
Antler bars.
Yep. Exactly.
Any last minute stuff before we line up for the races?
Hmm.
I think we're good.
You like cast all the buffs on everyone too.
Yeah, I casted my buffs. I have guidance for my first roll. He's got stone skin on, so that way
Yes.
he can't be too hurt by any traps thrown at us.
At least physical ones.
At least physical ones. And yeah, I think we're good. I don't have anything that really requires concentration on right now. So I think we're good.
Yeah, I think we are.
And I have
Right, so
I have means to stop those who are cheating in their tracks.
all right. So you begin to line up for the start race. Everybody else goes inside one of the little submersibles and leaves. So the rest of the party is going out, and you line up, and then your rival. What did we decide his name was?
Oh my god.
I looked everywhere to see if I could find that original name for him, and I couldn't find it. I probably thought it up and then never wrote it down.
Shoot, what was it again? It was. I remember the first name, but Chris Hyakins. That's what it was.
Oh?
Oh yeah, Chris.
Chris
Oh, yeah,
Hyakins.
Chris.
Yeah, Chris Hyakins was his full name.
So Chris walks up. He's in the there's like little stalls that everybody's in. So the two of you are kind of in the middle. The donkey is kind of off to the side. Have you casted water breathing on yourself, right?
Yeah. I would have to. It's
Okay.
it no concentration. Basically, me and the entire party have water breathing.
Cool. So this is all underneath the water. The starting area is kind of like outside that that big the big glass ship that most of the people watching are sitting in. So it's right outside of
Okay.
that. There are people outside also swimming around looking. Most of the um, crowds that you can see are within this area. It's where the start and the finish line is going to be. Um, so for a lot of people, place to be. Although you assume that there's probably other places that might have people kind of all bunched up. But once you start getting out onto the track, it kind of opens up and there's not anybody there. Um, and you do you say anything to your rival as he comes up, Chris?
I wish you the best.
Um, he says, "Yeah, man, you too, little guy. We got this." And he he gets up onto his kelpie, and once he sits down, um, his his eyes kind of almost like his posture kind of changes. The feeling that you kind of are where he's kind of like this he it seems like his whole body language switches to very serious, like his head's in the game, and he turns and
Locked
he looks
in.
at you, and he says, the current political situation aside, I will win this race. And his almost like his whole voice changed. It's very serious now. He almost sounds smarter.
Almost.
Oh no.
The faint hint of intelligence behind those eyes.
Yeah, it seems like he's he's channeling expertise and a level of comfort that he wasn't giving off before, but now that he's sitting on his horse at the start line, he's focused and ready to go.
Oh no, he's an idiot savant.
My heart burn. Lulu, you gotta get out of there. He's locked in.
Yeah, do you
You
do
gotta
you
lock in
respond to
harder.
anything to his new body language?
No, I just tell Samantha Chambers that they're beautiful, stunning, and fast, and we're gonna win.
Dope.
Damn.
Yeah, Samantha Chambers says, "You don't need to tell me that. We got this."
By the way, I think Samantha Chambers is a boy,
Yeah,
Wait.
so
that's what I
Okay.
assumed.
yeah, which is fine. If you have a problem with their name being Samantha Chambers, your complaints will be ignored.
I mean, as long as
Eric, all
Samantha
complaints
Chambers
of the
is
bin
fine
over there.
being Samantha Chambers, I don't have any issue.
All right. Well, now let's cut to the other group. Um, Austin, I'm assuming you're driving, or did somebody else decide that they wanted to
And
drive?
I'm driving. I'm fucking driving. I'm like driving. What do we have to drive? I presume we have like our own little boat right now.
Yeah, it's a little submersible. It's the one
Yeah.
that kind of looks like a lobster.
Okay, yeah, now George is driving the lobster mobile, and he's like trying to make this thing go to the nearest objective as fast as possible.
All right, roll me a vehicle check.
Alright, here we go. 21.
And roll me a stealth check while you're at it.
Oh boy. Fuck.
That's all right. So you guys arrive at the first spot. You see the trap. Once you get close, you'll kind of get out since you're able to breathe under the water and move around without much issue. It looks like this one's the one that's strength based to disarm, the way it was described. It's basically a somewhat simplistic trap. It does have a magical trigger on it that you would assume fires off specifically when either Lunu or Samantha Chambers gets close to it. But besides the trigger, it's basically just a net with a bunch of rubble. So you can, as strength, just literally pull it out, just so that way there's no more stuff in there. You could also try and then like rework the magical lock to target someone else, if you wanted.
Okay, so it's a magical thing.
Yeah, but you could disarm it without trigger. That's magic.
Okay.
So a simple strength check to remove it is all
I
you
have
need.
thieves' tools. Can I use those?
One of the traps will require thieves' tools, but this one, it's a little bit too simplistic. Like you could probably use thieves' tools to trigger the trap, like cut open like the parts that are there, and but then it would still spread the debris out into the race area.
Boulder falling down to
yeah.
attack.
Okay, so.
And you're all there. You can all.
Okay, so I'm there with Cinna and
Blair.
Blair.
Mm-hmm.
Blair's with me. We're trying to disarm the trap. The old boulder dash trap.
So, like, how hard does it look to disarm? Like, it's just something that I gotta like pull out, right?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it'd be too tricky, but it also like it's definitely not going to be something that anybody could do.
All right, then I'm here for Lunu. I'm not trying to pull any punches. I'm trying to make sure that this race is nice and fun for him. Right. So I'm willing to rage and get advantage to pull this thing out.
All right, that gives you advantage on your strength checks, right?
Yeah.
All right. Roll me either a strength saving throw. Yeah, roll me a strength saving throw to pull it out.
All right. I'm glad I had advantage.
Yes. Because with that, you are able to remove it. You're able to pull the pieces of debris. Like I said, they're kind of all like held together by some like rope and stuff, and so you grab hold, and you fly into a rage, and you force the debris further away, and the trap is now no longer within a range for it to go off, and even if it did, the debris wouldn't get onto the field. So you guys are fairly confident.
I got so angry that I started littering in the open ocean.
Yeah.
No, Cinna, that was a car battery.
No, fish
Well,
love
I mean,
that.
it's all inside of a net. You could tow it, not litter.
No. Lunu's a druid. The fish actually love it.
The eels need it.
Yeah, how else are they supposed to stay electrified? Huh?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so is our next thing so wait, when do they go around to reactivate the traps, or is it just a deactivate one? We immediately go to the next one, right?
Yes, you immediately go to the next one because the race has now actually already started.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to pan back to Lunu.
All right.
So, Lunu, you're this is just right before they did the check. They give you the countdown. The door is open, and you all take off. If you could roll me the animal handling check and let me know if you're going to be pushing or keeping things steady.
How are things starting off? You know, we went out of my way to find a pretty fast creature
Mm-hmm.
to begin with. So compared to the rest of the competition, how am I looking at normal? Like while galloping, I guess, or
You're probably like comparable to Chris. Everybody else, you could probably beat them at a leisurely stroll. Chris is the wild card because you don't know how fast he is.
all right. I'm going to keep it uh normal and then attempt to go push it for the future. Just to gauge Chris here. So well, I'm going to be using my guidance. How's that looking with a 12? Or am I gonna have to spend one of my wheels and woes here?
I was gonna say a 12 would be a miss.
Then I am going to use a wheel here. I am going to boost myself once again. With a D6 here. Damn, 14.
The wheel is like your druid thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the race takes off.
Mm-hmm.
You get like a pretty decent start. This is your first real race. And you are able to go the distance in the round that you were looking to go with your normal one. And you look over, and Chris is just slightly ahead of you. Like, he didn't really push this time around either, but his opening seems almost effortless.
Okay.
And but in terms of it, you're still pretty much neck and neck.
Right.
If I could get you to roll me again. Same thing to decide if you want to push or not.
I'm gonna push this time. Just to see if I can overtake Chris and gauge him when he's trying to take things seriously.
All right.
Well, I shouldn't have done it, but 19.
It looks like he's also pushing this time around. And he is able to keep up with you. It seemed like he tried to do a maneuver in order to kind of like pull ahead, and you're able to pretty much match him blow for blow.
All right, come on, Samantha.
Mm-hmm. And we'll do one more as you approach the bend where the first trap was.
All right. So I don't have to deal with the trap, I'm assuming.
Yes, the trap has been disarmed.
Okay. I'm going to push a little bit more. Come on, Samantha. 22.
You're able to take advantage of the curve and pull ahead. It seems like
What was his creature was a
he took
worm,
the
right?
curve. Huh?
What was his creature?
A kelpie.
Oh, a kelpie.
Yeah, it's like a horse.
Okay. With the long cylindrical body, I like to imagine while making the curve, I get a little bit ahead, and I'm like, Samantha, extend. So I have him going at a diagonal where it makes it really hard to pass, and then I scrunch up to get a little, and then blue boost forward for his speed boost.
Nice.
The fucking slinky.
Yes.
You go.
You do get a look behind you, and you do see that it appears as if he looks a little bit impressed. Most of the time he dominates this race, and lo and behold, pretty much everybody else is kind of far behind you.
Where's the donkey?
I was going to say, just give me one moment for the donkey. So the donkey, it looks like they're succeeding all of their checks.
That's good.
And so they're pushing pretty much every single time. But it's a donkey swimming in the water, and it just can't keep up with you guys. You can kind of tell in the back, you're like, wow, that's some pretty masterful riding, but they're only moving like 1 foot for every 20 you guys go. Just a donkey.
Nah, man, this is all a ruse. We're just gonna get fucking tortoise here, you know? He's gonna pull some tortoise hair bullshit. It's like, actually, it's a donkey kelpie. You fucking idiots.
Look, this race is gonna end in Lunu getting into a 20 car pile up, and the donkey passes all of you.
This is the session that Lunu dies, guys. Just want to let you guys know. So
Luna ends up in the ICU. We need a new character.
How you feeling, Lunu? Burlington coat factory. Burlington coat factory. I'm gonna miss him.
fucking dies. Anyway. Yeah, so
So we pan back to the other group after doing that other fixing that track. You hear Connar and the other racers on their approach. So you rush back in, and you ascend to the next part of the track. It goes up, and you basically go up all the way to topside. And once you're there, it actually curves, and it goes up, and they will be breaching the surface briefly. And it seems like you're able to locate the second trap. This one seems to be purely magical in nature. It looks like it's supposed to offer some sort of confusion when a set person gets too close. You can assume that it's Lunu. So you'll need someone to either dispel it, or you can use like maybe some like arcane, like do a, you know, if you don't have anything to dispel it, you can do an arcana check to see if you can disarm it.
That's your cube layer.
Yeah, do what you can. Do what you can.
You've also got Basil if you want Basil to do it.
Oh, Basil.
I don't know if that's a
Oh,
good idea, but
Basil, have you seen anything like this in your textbook?
Is one of the magic trap?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a magic
Yeah.
trap. We can either use an arcane check or have one of you dispel it.
Yeah, so I have counterspell. See if Basil can
It
arcana
would
check
have to be
this.
it would have to be a dispel spell, like a dispel, not a counterspell.
yeah, because
Doesn't-
counterspell only works when someone's casting the spell.
Oh, this is a disaster. Oh. Yeah,
Basil says that he's
it's-
never seen anything like it, but he can give it a go if you want him to.
Yeah, sure.
Could I help him in any way by doing like magic awareness to try and like get more information about like the kind of spell it is, what it's gonna do?
Yeah, you want to use one of your magical awarenesses, and we'll say it gives him advantage.
Yeah.
All right, so you do that in order to point out, you know, some unique things about like the spell and how it's put on there, and he pieces it together. And if one of you guys wants to roll his Arcana check at advantage.
Sure. Let me find his thing. Sorry.
I can roll it for you guys if you want.
I think I got it. I got it. Arcana activates. Fuck! Oh wait, advantage. Haha!
Yep. Yeah, with that advantage, that's good enough. He starts messing with it, and he says, "Yeah, I can get rid of it, or I can make it target everybody."
Oh,
Either way's good for me.
interesting.
Like that's fair. It'd be funny if it targeted everybody.
It'd be funny, but Lunu has to avoid it.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's looking up at you guys, looking for an answer.
Do you know what it will do when it blows up?
He says if you get hit with it, you get dumb.
Oh no. That's terrible, because the other guy is already dumb.
He's going off of instinct.
Yeah, no, we need to disable this completely.
Any dissenting opinion?
Yeah, no, we need to disable.
No, I'm good.
All right. Seeing none, he messes with it for a little bit, and you see the magic fade, and trap number 2 has been avoided.
Can I do like a quick perception check to make sure that like no one is like I know that people aren't gonna like bother us for like thinking that we're interfering with the race, but like is there someone like watching, looking at us like mess with the traps?
Yeah, roll me perception.
Okay. Let me see if I can find that button. 24.
Nice. So once you get to top side, there is another crowd, kind of similar to where this trap is. And that actually helps you kind of blend in, like since you're not going onto the track. There are people that are kind of like lining parts of the track and that stuff. So for that purpose, if there is someone kind of watching you, they'd be mixed into this huge crowd. But But you
and
don't
stand
think
out.
seem to think that there's anybody who is too dramatically looking at you. For this particular one, since it's magic based, the person casting it probably doesn't need to watch it. They'll know that it's dispelled. So it doesn't seem as if they have anybody specifically watching it, seeing you do it.
Okay, all right.
All right, so we'll pan back to Connor as you guys head to the third trap. Connor, same rules apply. You're going pretty much, you're going straight up to top side. How this particular part of the track works is that you're going in a spiral around the tentacle that goes up to the top.
Okay.
So it's for this particular one, um, I'm also going to need you to, in addition to your normal check, have you roll me a Constitution saving throw to deal with the G forces.
All right.
Can Samantha
Can-
Chambers breathe air?
I am going.
You break
I
the
have
surface, but only briefly. It's
yeah.
enough for it to.
I have as a bonus action, I'd like to lock in and activate my wild shape, the starry form one that can give me advantage on con checks. Or con oh, I should have had this up a long time ago. This just gives me advantage on checks. I'm locking in.
What does?
So, Constellation of Dragon. When I make an intelligence or wisdom, I get advantage. I'm sorry, not advantage. When I make an intelligence or wisdom check or a constitution saving throw to maintain concentration, I can treat the roll of a 9 or lower as a 10.
So this one wouldn't be a concentration check.
I know. Oh yeah, it is a
Um,
It does specifically says concentration.
Yeah, and I would say you'd be pushing up against the rules about what's allowed.
Okay, then I will ignore it and just do my best then.
Are you gonna push this round?
Yeah, I'm gonna push. Because I want to get a firm lead. Come on, Samantha. And let's go 17. I need a con
Nice.
save.
You're able to. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, so you're able to maintain your lead, but it's able to keep up with you as you spin around. Roll me that Constitution saving throw.
16.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right.
All right, let's do the second one. Are you pushing again?
Because he's pushing behind me. Because we have the turns coming up. If I have a question. If I take it normal, do I still have to roll a con check?
Oh, you only need to roll the con check one time. You don't have to worry about doing that
Oh,
again.
okay. Then I'm gonna push
Yeah,
it.
either way.
Then why wouldn't I? We'll see. 17 again, or animal handling. 17.
It looks like you're able to widen the distance.
Hell yeah.
He's been pretty much keeping on you the entire time. Um, but it seems like he's also struggling on the uptick here, and so now we have that last one where you break the surface, um, and you'll kind of go a little bit around topside. There's cheering fans and all that other stuff, and so let's do the third one.
All right. Gonna push it so I can make sort of a water spray that looks like a rainbow as I'm passing by. 16. I'm actually. You know what? I'll hold off on Wheel and Woe.
Yep, nope. 16 is good enough. And you're able to maintain your lead.
Hell yeah. I'm assuming it's third trap time.
Yep.
Let's fucking go.
So we pan back over to the rest of the group. You've gone back down towards the depths. You're really kind of straining on the controls here. But your check before was good, so you're able to do it without any issue. You get down, and this is the one that requires the thieves' tools to open. This one's got a variety of inter uh, lacing mechanisms that will uh, fire things at a predetermined target. It's got that same little magical tracking device. So you're underneath the assumption that it'll only target Lunu and Samantha Chambers. But in terms of how to disarm the trap, thieves' tools is what you would need to do.
All right, George, if you think you need it, I will
All right.
bolster you.
All right. I also have one more knowledge of the past because we did not get a rest.
Yep.
So here I go. Let me finesse my way through this.
Not bad.
You can add a plus
Yeah.
a D3 to that if you want to.
Okay. Why is it a D3?
It's
random. That's.
I'm gonna roll knowledge of the past. I'm gonna add a D6. 18.
No, that's 19, Austin.
19.
Oh, 19. Okay.
Yep. And you see how you can turn it off. Same thing. You think that you could readjust it to just fire at anybody if you wanted to, or you could disable it.
I'm gonna disable it. Make this race sound eventful as possible.
It's all about Lunu's skill here.
Yeah. About that skill.
Able to successfully disarm the third trap. Things are going pretty good for you.
I'm gonna look around again if I can.
Yeah.
3 24s in a row. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So you look off into the distance, and this part is a little bit more, sparsely populated. It's not like there's a crowd here. And so you do see another submersible kind of off in the distance. They won't have enough time to get over here before the racers get through, so you're not necessarily worried about them being able to reset up the trap. But you get the feeling that these guys probably are there to reset up the trap.
Are there any like notable details about the submersible that I can keep track of? So like if I see it again, I can be like, it was them.
Yeah, you're pretty sure it's a similar style rental to the one that you have. It's not like it definitely looks like a rental. It's got like all the submersibles have like numbers on them and that kind of stuff. So you're able to take a look at that, and the number will usually give you information like if it's got like the first couple numbers, if it's a certain one, it's the same first couple numbers on yours. So that means it's probably a rental. Which isn't that uncommon. Like you would be able to remember what that number is, though. So if you did ever see another submersible and it was the same one, you'd be able to connect it. But beyond today, that may just be if it's a rental, they'll probably return it.
I can still ask who rented out ship number so and so if we ever want to like look up on that. Maybe no clue if they're gonna tell us, but
yes, you could go back to the rental place and ask about that. So
right.
Now we pan back as the rest of you all rush to the final trap. Luna, you're up.
All right. Lunu's going to try to reenact the ending of the mid 2000s classic Speed Racer and keep pushing it.
Nice.
Push it to the limit.
The limit.
24. I am speed.
Nice. It seems like as you duck beneath the waves, you're able to pretty masterfully, his long, skinny body is able to, maneuver around the waves and get back into the water and begin the dive extremely gracefully. Following behind you, Chris and his Kelpie just kind of use pure power to break through, and they're keeping up with you. You get a look of frustration on the Kelpie's face, more so than its rider. Its rider again has that serious looking face that you weren't expecting when you first talked to him. It's kind of remained unchanged, but the Kelpie, you can tell, is looking into it, briefly into its eyes as you do a turn. It is very upset with the current situation.
You know what? It's a little sad, but I'm winning.
Yep.
Next, gonna keep pushing it, hoofing it. 23.
Nice. So you begin to descend. The pressure begins to build around you as you go through that fast descent. If it wasn't for the fact that you had the magic water breathing, just the change in pressure alone would have probably caused some pretty damaging stuff. But with the magic that you've got on, it's no problem. And with the stone skin, it doesn't appear to be affecting Samantha Chambers at all. So you're able to do some pretty fast movements on the way down, and you get to the point in where there's there's a curve, and where you go down below, like a little buoy, and then you come back up, going back around, and so it's a tough turn because you're going down with full force, and you need to change direction pretty sharply. So if I can get you to roll your animal handling one more time.
All right. Give me one moment. Pushing it to the limit. Gonna use my wheel and woe. Ouch. That's going to be a D6. 12.
So as you're going around, and you switch momentum. Unfortunately, Chris is able to take the turn a little bit sharper, and is able to close the distance that the two of you had. In the final stretch, you guys are going in with neck and neck.
All right.
So we'll pan over back to the other group, and there is one more trap. Austin, if I can get you to first roll me another navigation one, because you're also needing to make a couple of these pretty sharp turns in order to get to where you need to go. You're not quite as dramatic as, you don't need to follow the course, but it's still pretty fast.
15.
Oh yeah, yep. You're able to navigate it easily.
Do I need to make another stealth, or?
No, that won't be necessary.
Okay.
So you get to where the last trap is. This last trap is a little bit complicated. It looks to be using multiple layered upon cast of the magic mouth spell in order to do something. You're not actually 100% sure what it is, just based off of looking at it. There's no obvious signs, but you can do a roll for it. And you do know from your information that this was kind of like a last resort thing, so this one's probably the worst trap. But it's you're assuming that it's only designed to go off if the race is close or if Lunu's winning. Like that's the way. All those layered upon magic mouths are probably what's going to trigger it. And then there's a little crystal, and a tuning fork around the crystal that marks the core of the device. So you could either roll an Arcana check to try and figure out what it does. You can just roll an Arcana check just to immediately get rid of it. If you don't care what it does. Or third option is you just smash it and see what happens.
I feel like this is going to scream very loudly.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to scream very loudly, create like a reverberation, cause like an avalanche at this point.
Let's have Basil. Well, wait, we can just do some arcana checks with Basil, can't we?
Yeah, you can still have Basil take a look at it.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Let me go back into the thing. Load,
Are you going to use another one of your
I'll bolster him. Or
Okay.
Oh yeah,
so
great idea.
the oh yeah, I'll use a magic awareness to like help investigate what's going on, but I will also spend one of my bolster magics to help him out because like he's gonna be the best at disarming whatever goes on here.
So this is to see what it does, or to just immediately disarm it.
Should we see what it does?
If we know
Is this
how it
thing-
works, then it should be easier to
Disarm
break
it.
it down in the future.
Yeah.
So let's see what it does.
We're on a clock, so
All right, roll me the Arcana.
We are on the
Basil?
clock.
Yep.
Yeah. You need another arcana?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't click it. I'm so dumb.
okay.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So Basil, he takes a look at it and he's like, "I built one of these as a school project."
Scream machine.
Yeah, he
My baby-
says, "Oh, no. The tuning fork here," he says, is just so that way when one of the magic mouths go off, it physically triggers the crystal which fires the spell. You can put whatever spell you want in here. It doesn't necessarily need to be sound-based. This one probably wouldn't do too much. He says it's mostly like, it looks to be like evocation magic, so it's probably some kind of explosive.
Hmm.
He says, "It's a good thing we didn't smash it." And with that nat 20, he will indeed have advantage to disarm it. But he says that he can layer on additional magic to have it target the enemy instead of Lunu, if you guys wanted.
Hmm.
What's the spell? Oh, so it's just an explosive spell that's inside of it?
Well, it's evocation, so that could be anything from cure light wounds to, delayed blast fireball.
Right.
Yeah, if
And
it's
if they're-
explosive.
Yeah, but basically, there's no way to know. Like he says, there's no way to know what it is until you fire it off.
Was Basil saying we could replace the spell or no?
He's saying that he could switch it to attack someone else.
With a nat 20, I'll say that yes, he could switch the spell to something else.
Could we switch
Very
it to
interesting.
pyrotechnics? So it's just like a whole bunch of fireworks that happen at the end.
Hmm. Let's see.
That shouldn't be too harmful. I don't think it's going to cause a problem for people.
I
The
mean,
question is, do we put a real
Sorry,
spell in there
I
to
don't-
potentially
what
fuck
did you
with
we
say?
should
your competitors, or do we just put in a harmless spell instead?
we give it true strike, therefore it does nothing.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we
now
can hear
we
you.
can.
Yeah.
We're just thinking
I,
ideas.
Yeah, I dropped briefly, but I'm back.
Oh. So like I was thinking about putting pyrotechnics in there or something like just some fireworks.
What, just for showmanship?
Just for shits and giggles.
Do we have a spell that does that?
I don't know if we have a spell
With the
specifically.
nat 20, he's like, yeah, I could just like put in a couple of Eldritch Blasts and have them fire at each other.
Oh, I guess that can work. Yeah.
He says maybe like a hypnotic pattern to give it color.
Yeah, I can work.
If you were just looking for something cosmetic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I could probably put in an expeditious retreat there. You really wanted Lunu to go fast.
I was just looking at that. What do you guys think? Do you want to toss in an expeditious retreat, or do you think we should not affect the race at all?
Let's not affect the race at all.
Yeah, I'm not here to like make it so that Lunu has a better chance of winning. It's all going to be him. It's all him and Samantha Chambers. So, but I will do something that's funny.
What
Okay.
spell?
Yeah.
True strike.
Can I do another perception just to make sure? Because like I feel like if we start altering this one, they're gonna be like, oh, they were the ones who were cheating the entire time.
Oh yeah, roll it.
Oh, can't see anything.
You are able to notice that this particular part of the race is not as visible to like the large crowds as other parts is. You'd assume that part of that is so that way, you know, whatever the spell is fires off, you know, doesn't cause any isn't as obvious that it was like targeting Luna or anything like that. So for that purpose, you think that you don't necessarily need to worry about people seeing you guys mess with it that are neutral. You're pretty sure you're being watched by the you know, the same people in that submarine. You know, they probably have another one somewhere around here. You feel like it's a pretty good chance that they're watching you. But in terms of like the general public, this particular area is a little bit more closed off.
Mm. The question becomes, what do you want to do,
What do you
boys?
want to put in there?
Well, I'm not here. You can't ask me what I want.
I mean, I imagine from everything we had talked about with Lunu before, like as a character, I imagine that he would not want anything to fuck with the race.
Yeah, but Lunu's not here, so...
This is true. And we also have a lot of money right now. That being said,
Destroy water level 2.
I wish we
Major
knew
image
who
of a
was sending
donkey in this one like position.
Could we? Yeah, could we? Oh, can we have an expeditious retreat target the
I
donkey?
do.
You wanted to target the donkey to make him move up.
Yes.
So here's the
Just to
thing:
make
is
it better. In the race.
you guys also don't know like where the donkey is because like you're ahead of the race. But you could definitely do that.
You know, I bet the donkey and Luna are neck and neck right now. I bet they're just like going toe to toe. They're just like going as hard as possible. Man,
Well, I mean,
I'll let y'all decide.
Like, the only thing that would be useful would be the expeditious retreat for
Yep, or you could just straight up disarm it, or put in cosmetic uh, things as well.
I don't have
Or
any cantrips.
I want to go cosmetic.
Yeah, let's do cosmetic.
That's fine then. Let's just do that. I have faith in Lunu to win this race and make us not go bankrupt.
All right, roll me Basil's Arcana. You get the advantage because of the nat 20.
No. Give me 1 second.
I'm also giving him a D3.
Well, you still got the one from last time, right?
Yeah. So it's for 10 minutes.
Yep.
Sorry, here it is.
Well, good news. He's able to file a bunch of spells in it, and he says, "Yeah, this will probably look pretty good." Like I said, I basically did the same thing for a school project.
You've been doing so well in school, Basil. Remind me to go out and buy you something nice later.
So we pan back over to Connar, who's neck and neck, coming up the final stretch.
All right.
Roll me your check.
Pushing it. I gotta. If it would roll. 22.
Nice. It almost looks as if he's about to stumble, but he's able to reconnect. But you're able to use that momentum. You are a hair ahead.
Okay.
Next one.
And going to keep pushing it. Never back down 2. Come on, I'll take you on. 17.
Take on anyone.
So you
I actually am going, because I recently found out, because of our recent level up, I actually have more uses of this Wheel and Woe. So I might, if this is like our last checks, I'm just going to use them.
Chris and his Kelpie have never had to go 100% for the entire race up until now. They've always dominated, or were able to slow up. You've pretty much left all of the competition in the dust. Like, they're all like
Oh.
a huge far behind you. You're pretty sure that you're both about to set course records. So now it just comes down to who's going to win. And you now have the advantage. You're a full set ahead of him.
I'm just going to keep pushing, and I'm going to use my wheel just for that last boost.
Mm-hmm. I will say, as you're going through this area, you get to the part where the original trap was, and a beautiful spray of lights and fireworks, things that you don't really expect to see underwater, but because it's magical, go off, and as you're making the turn to go into that final causeway, and we'll say that you're inspired by this, so you can also get an additional d6 on this next roll.
Oh, sick.
Okay.
I was gonna be like, it's Triton's only. I would have been like, Triton's only
Okay.
handles in that car crash.
So I was gonna need that. So here's a d6 from Wheel 16, and then from the inspiration I was just given.
Mm-hmm.
Altogether, that's 17.
Nice. You're feeling. You're also feeling the stress of the long race. You fire off all of the stops, and you continue to pull ahead of Chris and his Kelpie, who are just kind of beaten down. They did not roll high yet again. 2 times in a row at the very end there, he choked.
Damn.
And you're able to cross the finish line. You know,
That's
he's
a
not
fucking
that far behind you, but you're very clearly the winner.
Like to imagine,
Yeah.
like it's almost neck and neck, and he sticks out his. Samantha sticks out her freaky snake reindeer tongue and licks that finish line.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I will say though, it probably was not that close. He really kind of fumbled at the end there.
Yep.
He rolled very well all the way up until the end. So the crowd's going wild. The rest of the party, you were kind of hanging out at that bend because they basically like caught up to you while you were setting off all those fireworks and stuff. So you're able to see it. And so then you drive in afterwards, and as you get in, you see on a big screen winner, and it's just Lunu, and Samantha Chambers on the big screen. And you guys know that you were successful.
Yeah, well, where's the donkey?
Boys like jumping in the air, celebrating.
Yes, we're good. Yeah, let's go. High five, everyone. We're gonna
Like
get
the
our
bear.
money back.
I do bear hug Lunu for winning.
I also hug Lunu.
Yeah, we all pretty much dogpile him.
He did it. No, we did it, Samantha Chambers. I give Samantha Chambers. I believe I do have this spell of conjure food and drink. I use it to give Samantha Chambers her own dream meal.
Nice.
The flesh of humans.
It's just a bunch of dead bodies.
Oh, and then the audience is just like, yay! Oh.
But yay! I look.
So while you're all sitting there cheering, Chris on back of his Kelpie comes up to you, and he looks at you with a stern and serious face, and he says, "That was a good fair race. You won fair and square, and if we ever race again, I'll be sure to win that time." And then he gets off his Kelpie, and he's like, Whoa, good job, little dude. He goes up to give you a high five.
Yeah.
He's like, man, I haven't raced that good in years.
No, this you were strong. I really had to pull off all the stops. You fought so well. I am glad I had you as a competitor. Uh, you know, despite political opinions, I guess.
So I don't care about any of that stuff.
Yeah, I figured.
He does think for a little bit, and he's like, nah, my girlfriend's gonna be a little upset about this, he says.
Oh, why is that?
Oh, well, she likes to win. She told me that, she really wanted me to win this. I don't like letting people down, he says.
Aw.
Hey,
But that's all right. He says, you can't win them all. And, now I just have more motivation to train harder.
hey, that's the spirit. Hopefully next we'll be able to do this next year. Is this a yearly thing? Month?
He says, oh, no, we have these all the time.
Oh. Yeah, I probably won't make the next one. I got a lot of stuff to do, but
He says, that's all right. He says, I've got your time, and he points up to one of the billboards showing the time, and then underneath it says new course record. He says, points up to it. I just got to get him, with a number smaller than that number, and then I'll know that I'm where I need to be.
okay. Well, I wish you luck. There is someone I need to find. I look for the man and his donkey.
How did he place?
So the rest of the competitors start to funnel in, and then everybody's in except for the donkey.
Oh no.
And a little bit later, you see rounding the corner, swimming with its little fins, the donkey, and they cross over the finish line in dead last.
Man, it would have been really hard to rig that with a donkey.
You kind of go back inside, and they come out, and he's actually almost immediately interviewed, as people are questioning. You kind of overhear, a reporter, and this is faster than even you who won. It seems like everybody was interested in this donkey. They ask him, like, oh, why were you, you lost, and how does that feel, and why did you think that you could win this? We were all thinking you had some plan. And he's just like, oh, well, you win every.
Wait, what?
He says, oh yeah, you win every donkey race you're in, and you realize you got to really challenge yourself, and this was a good time. I had a lot of fun. We didn't win, and that makes me sad, but we can keep competing, and I'm sure we'll get a personal best next time.
Uh-huh. I guess he won the moral victory, if we're gonna be serious.
Yeah. No.
Moral victory.
After a little bit, one of the reporters does notice you and comes over, and says, yeah, you're our champion. Do you have any words? Anything you want to tell the public?
Very much. start talking about I couldn't thank my right. You know what? I'm gonna keep it humble. As much as Lunu wants to go on a socialist tirade,
I thought you were gonna be like, I threw up. You just fart.
I
no.
thought you were gonna be like, "Are you my dad?"
Hello. No, I'm very tempted. Actually, I want to thank
Yeah.
my good steed Samantha Chambers. I want to thank my friends who supported me. The Bubbles for paying for my house. Um, and vote vote socially consciously. And if anyone out there thinks they might be my dad, then give me a call.
Here's my address. Wait,
Here's
no.
my-
No.
My-
Touch yourself,
I
Looney.
mean,
Oh, no.
everybody knows where you live.
Yeah. Come to Ormos. Probably ask for where the friends of Bubbles are. Someone's about to know. And you'll find me there. And remember, capitalism's only here to keep us and I'm immediately dragged off.
All right. Well, so I would say that was a success. You guys did pretty good on your rolls. Nothing was super messed up. So you're able to return back home. You're able to rest up, and so you'll get all your stuff back. And you check the newspaper for the next day, and you see Lunu's interview there. You see the donkey guy's interview.
I really thought I was gonna win.
I can't believe
And,
the donkey guy was literally just on a regular donkey the whole time. That's crazy. That's the biggest plot twist.
How this was a aquatic race. How did he do it?
The donkey was there if you guys just if you decided to make all of the traps fire off for everybody, and if everybody kept getting hit by them, then I was gonna have the donkey guy who was just so far behind didn't need to worry about any of the traps come in and actually be a competitor at the very end.
That's hilarious.
But you guys didn't go down that route, so it was just a guy on a donkey.
It's just a guy on a donkey.
It's just a normal guy on a normal donkey. I mean, to be fair, it is a champion racehorse donkey, but
It is underwater.
It's not
It
magical.
is literally underwater.
Yep. So, they definitely probably struggled during the ascent and the descent. That probably was particularly hard on them because they didn't have any of the magical protections. But they did finish the race, and it's the first donkey to ever finish the race.
Oh, true.
No. Huh?
True?
Yep. Believe it or not, it's not the first donkey to enter.
Despite
There was, you see it in the newspaper article, they were like, 75 years ago, this other donkey entered the race, and it just says that it drowned.
Oh no. That's why they were being overly cautious.
But yeah, so you go through, but there is another news article
Was there a
that
prize
catches.
pool?
Huh?
for this? Was there a prize pool for this race?
Highs or lows?
Highs.
Wait. Huh?
All right, give me a second. I need to do some stuff.
If Luna's so kind, we could get George some of his money back.
Good. Hey, Lunu, I need you because I really need that 1,000 back.
How much did I win?
Hold up a
We
second.
don't know yet.
Oh boy.
Uh,
Those races.
Yeah.
no. I'm just generating some stuff here. So, number one, you get a trophy. You can keep the trophy, or you could sell it. You believe that you can very easily get 1,000 shiny from it. You just get straight up 5,000 shiny in cash.
Solid.
1,000.
And then there's an additional bonus in here. You get an ion stone, or an I don't know how to pronounce it. IOUN stone.
Yeah, I believe it's called an ion stone.
So it's just a small stone that you can activate, and it floats around you. This one is it's like a purple prism. It is, it's called a reserve ion stone. Let me put it in here what this does for you. It basically lets you store spells in it.
Okay. No, that's useful.
Oh shit! Infinite good berry.
And
Is there a level cap for it or no?
yeah, so the stone can store up to 3 levels worth of spells at the time. It currently does not have any spells in it. And then any creature can cast the spell of 1 through 3rd in the stone by touching it as the spell is cast. If the stone, blah, blah. It uses all of the stats of the original caster, but it's treated as if you casted the stone. So you could theoretically put a spell in it and then give it to someone else, and then they could cast it. So you could put 3 level 1 spells, 1 level 1 and 1 level 2, or 1 level 3. If that makes any sense.
Hey guys, I'd like you to say hi to our passive out trace machine.
Wait, what level is passed out trace?
Second.
It's second.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and so the nice thing is that you can cast it before you take your rest. And so then the spell is stored in there and you get your spell slot back.
Okay. Do you have a written description I can...
I put it in the chat already.
Okay. Alright, cool. I'll add that to my sheet. And yeah. Also, Austin, if George comes up to ask for money, Lunu's like, I'm going to thank you. Take 500.
Alright, I'm back to 1,000.
You're welcome.
No, that last trap looked like it would have been insane, Lunu. I'm gonna be real.
Wait, what? There were traps?
Didn't you already know they were traps?
Yeah, I thought we told you.
Honestly, I was so... I thought you were just... I didn't really... I was prepared.
They were all aimed towards you, Lunu.
What?
They were gonna kill you.
Oh my god, I could have died!
The last one could have killed you. It
was like a bomb.
Oh my god, what the hell? Why didn't you tell me sooner? We could have revealed that on national television.
We told you there'd be traps.
Yeah, and also the committee was in on it, so there was internal corruption.
Oh my
We
god.
were told the traps weren't dangerous, but that was obviously a lie.
We have to get a press conference. Holy shit, we need to tell people. They made a bomb? I thought it'd be something that would distract me or throw a rock at my head or something, not like a fucking bomb.
They did have a big boulder.
It was
It
was an evocation spell. You don't know exactly what it was.
Like, I was expecting them to throw shit at me.
Basil said it was an explosive.
So wait, the fireworks show at the end? That wasn't on purpose?
Well, it wasn't supposed. Well, it was on purpose, but that is not what was supposed to happen.
Oh my god.
You were getting hit by a pie, except it wasn't a pie. It was made in a factory. A bomb factory. It was a bomb.
It was a bomb.
You ate that pie and now you get it.
It'll go
Was
straight
that
to your
one
thighs,
article?
and then you'll blow up.
So there was that one other news article that I wanted to put out, and it does get your attention.
What is that?
Give me 1 second to double check. My stats here. That doesn't make any sense. All right. So, you see a news story, and it involves your good friends, the Inquisitor, and Viscosity is there in a picture, as well as Nacrolita, and the title says, candidates openly question the authority of Pope Innocent, and they have stated that they are nominating a new pope to restore legitimacy, and they say that the Inquisitor is taking the name Pope Pius the 13th, and is saying that any votes that use the other pope, they won't consider to be valid.
Any votes?
Yeah, so like, cause he's on the council, so they're openly questioning the legitimacy of the council, and they're making a push to remove him as pope. Now, this is something that you were told would was their plan. So it seems like they're making their move. This doesn't mean, obviously, that the old pope is immediately disposed. They're just announcement that they're now officially pushing for it.
Right.
And the big thing is that the Inquisitor is now going by Pope Pius the 13th.
The 13th?
Yep.
I'm just gonna call him Gary.
You say Gary?
Yeah. Like, he chose too big of a name for himself, so I gotta choose a new one for him.
So you all can try and get some more information from that, either by looking through the story or by asking around if you have any questions.
We also have his phone number.
Yeah, you could also just ask him.
The Inquisitor?
Or the Pope. Because...
Oh no, I mean the Inquisitor. We have his phone number.
Yeah.
Since he's going to be, like, since the Pope is the title, so right now he's kind of fulfilling the role of an anti-Pope. So you probably don't want to refer to him as Pope, because that's giving legitimacy to his claim.
I mean, if anything, we're probably going to open up the conversation. If we were to talk with the
Pope, guys.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, if we were to talk with the actual Pope, we would be like, "Are you seeing this shit?"
Yeah, so you reach out to the actual Pope, and do you like what do you ask him? Do you just want his, like, general opinion?
Yeah, is that allowed? Or more of, like, how to put it?
I'm sorry. What were you asking him? I couldn't hear what you said.
I was gonna ask, like, why would they bother to do this, especially when there's an actual, like, political election going on?
Because they're trying to cause chaos. I think didn't you tell us this before?
Yeah, and Acrolita's okay with this.
She's okay with anything, apparently.
He responds back, saying that he's confident his support within the church will remain strong, and that this pretender will not be able to gain power at this time, but that if they're no longer listening to the council, that's a bigger issue. He responds back saying that with him, you guys basically had 3 council members that would support you over them, and they're basically trying to flip a seat on the council.
So if they're, like, disagreeing with the council, can we even, like, consider them candidates anymore? Are they just, like, outlaws?
Yeah, that one. That's a good point.
So, it's not so much that they would be considered outlaws. Like if the council made some sort of um, like direct
Hello?
some legal problems, but by just them calling into question the authority of the Pope, that the council would see that as an internal religious um, thing. Like it's not like they're actively trying to overthrow the council. They're trying to overthrow one member, and the way that they're doing it, although kind of underhanded, is actually legal.
Interesting.
Because the Pope just gets a council seat. So if they want to flip the Pope, then that's good. And if they're saying that the Pope is not legitimate, then any vote that he does shouldn't count.
Right.
So it'll only matter also if there's if the Pope is the tiebreaker. Day-to-day stuff, it seems like they're following, but this is definitely um, a play that could blow up into things. And theoretically, if the council did try and label them outlaws, like the council probably could do that, it would probably legitimize them because it would the council probably wouldn't be unanimous in that decision. It'd probably be a 3-2, and then they would say, "Oh well, our pope voted no, so we're good." So the council probably won't make that decision because it'll it'll cause more legitimacy lost for them if they were to try and push for that, and it wasn't unanimous.
Seems like a little bit of bullshit, but
All of the politics.
yeah. So we'll call you back, Popey. Can we call you that? No? Okay.
He does say he does say statements of support are always welcome. He says, as long as we keep calling out what this is, a desperate grab for power, it it may even end up shoring up our support. And he says best case scenario is that they've overplayed their hand here. He says.
You know. Fair enough. Anyway, talk to you later. We need to discuss some things. I hang up. And I'm like to the guys, like, okay. So they're just trying to gain legitimacy through bullshit, though. I'm more surprised like Necrolita has support. What does her voter base look like?
So she's like a really popular figurehead. She's got good name recognition. She's pulled, a lot of support that you guys weren't able to pick up from Terosis. And you also have a good amount of the nobility siding with her as a counterbalance to you. It's not like the huge wave of support, considering you've been maintaining it as best you can, that relationship, but a lot of the nobility don't really trust you based off of what you've done. And so there are people that think just putting someone popular that's well like a public figure on there um, might be good, and then obviously all of Viscosity's supporters and his financial power backing her is also been gaining her a lot of support. You did a pretty good job of taking him down a couple of pegs, but it wasn't like he didn't have any supporters. Um, so in that case, you have, the more religious, um, extreme factions.
So the nobility likes them. The
Yeah, it's not like necessarily everything is like, oh yeah, this group supports them and doesn't support you. It's they're drawing larger support from those groups than you are.
all right. I was just wondering, like, I mean, Necroli is also a pop star, so I'm just wondering if she has appeal to like the younger crowd, I guess.
Yes, that's probably a part of it, as well. Um, but it also depends on whether or not it goes to a vote. It might not go to a vote, but she definitely, um, in terms of a vote, her celebrity status would offer her a bonus. But at this point, the candidates have all been candidates for kind of a while. Like they all have name recognition. So it might not actually be as big of a support boost as people were expecting, or that you would immediately assume.
Right.
Hey, I'm just like looking towards my group like, okay, like looking over where we have the Inquisitor's basically the one clearly calling the shots. Viscosity probably has managed to have the financial backing probably.
Yeah, no, Viscosity's major goal in life is to fuck us over after we have fucked him significantly.
And then we have Necrolita. Well, she is popular. I'm gonna I don't know if we should consider her the weakest link, but I feel like it in this trio, in this chain, if you will.
And then don't forget that Barbados and Adonis are both still in this race.
Yeah.
And their support. I mean, Adonis for a long time was the front runner. Um, now, him and Barbados are kind of splitting their main support groups. A lot of the people that kind of like one kind of like the other two. Um, but I would not necessarily count those guys out.
Hmm. It's just more of like, it's just more the feeling of like if like any of the other candidates won except them, they're gonna have a hissy fit, and they're just gonna cause more problems in the future.
Maybe.
What do you guys think?
Honestly,
What you were saying? Do what? I'm sorry.
Either it's more George complaining about the fact that, like, cough cough Trump supporters, whenever they lose, they're going to make it our problem.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
No, good point. So what, you're saying that we should just assassinate them or something?
Well,
I mean, yeah, they can't cause a lot of trouble if like 2 of them are dead, right?
My
I
worry.
got 2 of them. I'm trying to like game end right now.
Here's a worry. The Inquisitor. If we can take him out, or at least maybe even non-violently get rid of him, so that, how do I put this? Because if we kill Necrolita, that's just gonna be bad. I don't think she is a mastermind of anything. Who knows, actually. She seems very figurehead.
I mean, she's probably just a cold-hearted idiot.
Yeah, that's what my thing I'm thinking is. They are pop diva. We have a billionaire tech bro with revenge on the brain. Like, viscosity is going to fuck us at all corners.
He's also not a candidate anymore.
He is not. However, he is funding
Currently,
it.
the Alliance should not kill any candidates right now.
Yeah, no, it's... We shouldn't
But
kill them, is the thing, because if we do that, we're just as bad as them.
I don't
that's
think so.
the thing, is that we shouldn't kill any candidate.
Also, it invalidates our argument. It's more so if we stoop to their level of trying to kill us, they're just going to justify using violence back.
Oh no, yes, I agree. We shouldn't kill any candidates.
If we try to solve this with violence, this is going to be a bloodbath, and we're going to have
I
a
agree.
war.
Necrolita is off limits as a candidate. We should not. We should not kill her.
Yeah, I don't want to do anything to Necrolita, but I feel like if we just like
I wasn't
randomly
suggesting.
say like out in the
Here's the
open,
thing.
they're like, hey, it's us against you, like 1v1 me, and then one of them ends up dying. That's fair,
Yeah, no, it's
right?
with it. If it was done in as an honorable duel, yes, but they're not going to agree to that. They're unfortunately the Inquisitor might agree to the duel. Oh my god, the Inquisitor would agree to the duel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
but
Inquisitor would
at
probably agree to the duel.
but
I'm just saying, viscosity is also not a candidate. I want to make this very clear.
I do think that as well. However, and we have definitely fucked him significantly. And as much as I hate him,
They also send out assassins to try to literally destroy it, to blow up our house with us inside of it. We're all talking about.
I mean, I was just going to say, like, look, we don't have to kill Necrolita.
yeah,
we
no,
can ruin her support, though.
we can.
Yeah.
We just
However,
need to make her, but we
yeah,
need to know where
I'm gonna say we have to solve this mostly without violence, because if we take over with violence, it's just going to justify more. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you. Tom drop, our GM got.
Oh.
Our
My-
GM passed away.
Yep.
Like,
R.I.P.
cause a riot. Start a riot.
I'm the GM now.
Oh,
Lunu's
so
level
he's back.
20 now. God damn it. As I was saying, if we solve this with violence in any form, whether it be against Necrolita, Viscosity, or maybe even the Inquisitor.
I mean, the Inquisitor is an actual madman.
Yeah, the Inquisitor... I was going to suggest maybe we think of a way to use viscosity. Either we have two options with viscosity. Maybe we could turn him by playing on his own paranoia, or
There's no shot.
Maybe we can make it. Hey, listen. If there is a way to make him play on his own paranoia against us, into him failing, that would be perfect. If we could give him false information about our whereabouts or anything, that could maybe significantly hinder him and make him waste funds.
Okay, true.
If there
I
was
mean,
a...
potential. I'm not saying we need to go after Viscosity like next week or anything. I'm just saying if he ups his ante, then this is going to be a huge problem that we're going to have to deal with.
Yeah, no, he's... I'm just saying, if we take out a political opponent with violence and they are not deemed to... he is. Despite him not being...
supporting a political opponent.
He is supporting
a
candidate.
He's not a candidate, but he's supporting one. It's the enemy. The friend of my enemy is my enemy.
Yeah. So, I'm trying to think.
I was
like,
just saying that we are currently in obligation to not assassinate other candidates. That I'm just saying, technically, that is our only.
That would be a bad.
Situation.
I agree with that. That would be a bad move. But I say, like, with some of these people on their side, we have established rights to go ahead and like take their skins.
Yeah, it's
so I have no issue with going ahead and just like doing it. I don't think it's gonna make us look any worse than it already is. In fact, it's gonna say, maybe it's gonna like encourage some people to be like, hey, we don't take kindly to disrespect. Right? They came over here, they spat on our shoes, they spat in our faces.
Tried to blow up our house.
Tried to blow up our house. That wasn't like
I think there is a smart
that they've like spat in our faces.
I know they have spat in our faces, Cinna, but I definitely think we could fool Viscosity into overreacting.
Okay, I'm fine with
because if Viscosity loses money, because he is the main thing pulling in the support for the wealthy, if we make him bankrupt, if we find a way to bankrupt Viscosity,
I mean, we already did a lot of that.
I'm fine with that. I agree with that. Like screwing over Viscosity, that's fun. I like doing that. We've done it a couple times. It's pretty fun. All I'm saying is, and I'm making it known to everyone here, is that I want the Inquisitor in a body bag, and if I have the chance to do it, I'm going to do it.
I do think we need to challenge him to a duel. I think that...
I mean, either way, we should just take him out. I'm not gonna lie. Whether or not it's capturing him or killing him, it doesn't matter at this point, honestly, when it comes to either the entire nation burning or not. You know? There's some things that are more important than trying to keep a perfect image. And plus, I don't think most of the public would actually care if the Inquisitor, who is a literal madman, ended up dead.
I think we should challenge him to a duel, because if we try to do it dishonorably, he won't fight us.
I don't know about that one.
I think if we try to assassinate him, we will be able to fight him for a little bit, but we won't be able to get him to stay still.
Yeah.
We fought him honorably last time, and he let me kill him. So I'm pretty sure
he let you kill him. He let you kill him because he thought there was no way out. I'm sorry, because he knew he had a way out. I'm saying we raise the stakes of the arena, and it could lead to one of us dying.
It sounds like a terrible plan.
Yeah, no training wheels.
Yeah, no training wheels. This could end badly for us. But if we're able to...
I don't know if you remember how much damage he did, my guy. All I'm saying is that if we are feigning, is that if you
We
want to
also
feign
aren't
honorable
fighting.
combat, great, but we should have backup plans in case.
I mean, is it going to be a 4v1 or are we doing one-on-one?
Whatever he agrees to.
Yeah. If he agrees to
I
4v1,
really don't think this is the
4v1,
time for us to start being guys. It doesn't matter what he agrees to. At the end of the day, we should have contingency plans. And if we're not, we're honestly just being foolish. That's just the fact.
I mean, it's
of
like
that.
that's not our only plan that we're doing here. Like, also messing with viscosity is going to delegitimize him a little bit.
No,
but then
I'm
he's gonna have
talking
less
about
money.
if we're gonna be doing this. If we're gonna be doing this thing where we're challenging him, right? We should be having backup plans in case everything goes to shit or we start to actually lose. If it's gonna be a one-on-one, it's not going to end in one-on-one. Is what I'm saying. Is that we should have plans in place to make it so that he is not able to actually cause this. Because if he's able to defeat us and kill us all, it's over for this entire country. So we should stop again. Our image does not matter when it comes to the entire country being thrown into chaos as the alternative. And to think that that is a good trade-off for us to risk everything off of simple honor is foolish. We have gained a reputation amongst our enemies for being dishonorable for a reason, because it's worked and because it's kept the rest of the country safe.
yeah, no, this was so much easier when our villain was a literal terrorist, where everyone labeled him as a terrorist.
He still is a terrorist. This is exactly the same scenario, which is why I'm trying to tell you.
I know it is the same scenario, technically, but he's a terrorist
Literally.
who has as what people consider a legitimate claim. The last one we fought, the lobster motherfucker who almost killed us.
I think he had more of a legitimate claim than the Inquisitor. I think you're completely incorrect on that one. Because at least he was a fucking candidate. This guy's just a fucking crazy person.
No, that guy was never a candidate. He was just an asshole who's like, I want to take over the country.
No,
But
he
Miles
is.
was a
He's
candidate.
literally in the candidate
Miles was a
list.
candidate?
Yeah.
He's literally a candidate.
He kind of forced himself into the role.
But he's still a candidate. 100%.
Yes. The big difference is that in terms of like support, that was like one candidate that no one else, like, you know, pretty much the entire council hated him. Every other candidate disliked. Viscosity and Necrolita and the newly named Pope Pius politically are a much more cohesive bloc than Trosis. If you remember, Trosis was actually going to try and get outside help because he knew that he wouldn't be able to win. Whereas it seems like this group, they think that they're going to win. Now, of course they're doing underhanded tricks in order to do it, but so are you guys.
Well, we're not bombing their place of residence, so I'd say it's a little more underhand than we are, but, you know.
Yep. Until you guys decide to start bombing their places of residence.
Anyways, guys, I think we should bomb their places of residence. I think it's a great idea. No, but I'm serious. This is not the time to start being honorable. This is the time to be smart.
No, and I do agree we do have to be smart.
Not to completely derail the conversation, but you all do have one other fairly large mission.
Yeah,
and that's about going to that town that had sprung up and, you know, trying to set up the Wheat family there. So you can maybe pull some support from the nobility.
Yeah.
So you still have that mission. And then it's, you know, what are you going to do? You know, are you going to hit back against the Inquisitor. You also could go to the Deep, which is Viscosity Stronghold, if you were interested in trying to mess with his finances. You'd probably want to go there, as that's where he gets pretty much all of his money from. And you still have Barbados and Adonis that you could try and get to back you in order to pull their support.
Yeah, we were trying to like have a meeting set up with them at some point, right?
Yes. Yeah, so you can still set that up. That it was that, and then the other one that was still the mission. But if you wanted to add on to it something else about going after Viscosity or the Inquisitor, that is completely allowed. So what I will say is that I think this is a good point for us to break, and then um, I'll let you guys stew on some plans. Spend the next week coming up with ideas about how you want to deal with one of them or both. And then my question for you all is: do you want to do the meetings with Barbados and Adonis next? The going to that outpost for the Wheat family next, or do you think that you are wanting to target and hit back against the Inquisitor or Viscosity next? Just so that way I can plan.
Okay, all right. No, that sounds like that sounds solid. We can figure
Well,
out.
yes, but which one did you want to do for next session?
Oh, you mean like
So-
right now? We're gonna decide that.
Okay.
Oh shit.
So
Yeah, I mean,
think
you don't have to
that-
come up with like any plans or that kind of stuff, but just so that way I know what you guys are kind of thinking.
Yeah, I think that talking to Barbados and Adonis is going to be the fastest. Like just having like a quick chat with them, just like to get on the same page, saying like, "Hey, these two, that one is no good for Aetherbathy as a whole. So we should like form our own coalition to try and get everything squared away. So we would have more support against them. We would have more support from the public, and all of that." So like,
Yeah,
I think
because they're
that
gonna
would be
be-
good for the first one.
Yeah, because now that the excuse me, now that the Inquisitor is like forcing their hand, you know, it might be the time to start having that conversation to figure out what the fuck we should do.
All right, so we'll
Yeah.
plan for that for next time.
Man, if one of these
Um,
motherfuckers betrays us, I'm gonna shit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I mean, you know, who knows what'll happen? They've been pretty nice to you guys this entire time.
They're their own people, but I will get upset
Mm.
if they do. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Plugs.
Let's do plugs, and we'll break for the evening.
Hey, I'm Boosh/Connar/ your Lunu this evening, the winner of the Underwater Derby 2024. You can find me on Blue Sky and Instagram, where I need to post more. At Boosh at Conjoined Artists, and then the other thing is that Twitter, Boosh at Conda Artist. And you can find me on join the Discord, like, comment, subscribes on the YouTubes, and I'm going to toss things over to Austin.
Hey, you can find me on ecto_os on Twitter, and where expect some things Fabio Ultima wise from my end in the future, possibly, maybe, who knows. And Tasura.
Yeah, hi, I'm Tasura. I'm a person. I'm real. I exist. Or at least I think I am. I think, therefore I could be. Yeah, I'm around. I feel myself fading into the void every day, but like I'm still here. Yeah, you can find me somewhere. Steven.
Yes, it was Audina, mother of the greatest wizard dragon to ever exist. Been paying attention so well in school. Besides that, you can I was Venty, and you can find me at 1Venty79 on Twitter. You can find me Venty179 on Twitch, and YouTube, and yeah, everywhere else basically. And that's kind of all right. Tom.
Hello, everybody. My name is Tom. My plug for today is speaking in tongues and bleeding out of your eyes to scare your friends.
Hell yeah,
Cool
brother.
defensive tactic.
My cat is screaming. Yep. He wants inside my room, but he is not allowed until this recording stops. What will end first? His sanity, his will to live, or me, or this fucking recording? Let's see.
You can end the recording now.
My mouse was actually acting up. Now I can stop it.
Okay.
There you go.